What is going on, everyone? We are back with another review. And in this one, we are reviewing Night of the Living Dummy 2. It was, I believe, directed by Ron Oliver. Yes. Directed by Ron Oliver, written by Rick Drew, and is based off of Goosebumps book number 31, Night of the Living Dummy 2. And this episode released January 12th, 1996. This was the first episode that came out in 1996. They took, it looks like, about a 2 to 3 week break in between episodes 9 and 10, probably for the holiday season, and then continued back up here. This is starring Maggie Castle as Amy Kramer, Katerina Scorsone as Sarah Kramer, and Shadia Simmons as Alicia. I don't know who any of those people are. Maybe you do. Over and above all, before we get too far into this, please remember, if you want to see everything that is coming out on this channel a week early, hit up the Patreon. It'll be in the link in the description below. And yeah, that's that. So as far as reviewing Night of the Living Dummy 2, the Goosebumps episode, just to give you a quick rundown, basically the main protagonist in the story, she is in a family where they are very big about family get-togethers and doing things together as a family. And they perform basically little show-and-tell moments. During these show-and-tell moments, the main character, likes to do ventriloquist acts. Well, her dummy is not in very good standing in terms of it's just old and it's falling apart. Her dad reveals to her that he got her a new dummy and it's beside the couch, so she gets him out and it's Slappy. When she gets out Slappy, she reads the little card that comes in his pocket, which, activates the spell that brings him to life, even though nobody around knows it yet. And the dummy starts doing some things that gets her in trouble, as far as like painting on the sister's painting, painting little red stick figures on her painting, that is. And just trying to hit her dad over the head with a guitar in a part, among other things. Of course, nobody in the family believes that Slappy's alive. And towards the end, the parents are out doing things, and Slappy basically reveals that he's alive to the other sister as well. They believe that their brother's in trouble, so as they run out to save him, to see what's going on, as Slappy's about to harm them, it looks like the brother tackles the dummy and smashes the dummy's head open, and the spirit of the dummy flies out. You then find out that the brother comes from upstairs, and he's like, "What's going on?" As the family walks in, and they're like, "Hey, the sister wasn't lying. The dummy is real, or was really alive." And then the brother Jet saved us, and he's like, "I didn't do anything." And I'm like, well, if it wasn't you, then who was it? And that's where we get the twist ending, where we find out that the original dummy is also alive. And it was the original dummy that helped save the kids from Slappy. But of course, the parents get to finally see that that dummy's alive. So maybe the other one was alive, and I don't know. So I really do like this episode. I really do like the book. Again, I've read the book before. I've read most of these books. I haven't read them all, but I definitely read Night of the Living Dummy too. My only problem with this episode specifically is it plays into that trope where parents just never believe that the kids are dealing with what they're really dealing with. And it's so frustrating, right? Because, like, you're rooting for the kids, and the parents don't. Well, I was rooting for the dummy during the episode. I don't know if you guys were watching it, because everyone was making me mad. Like, even the friend. There's a part where, like, the friend's over, and the dummy grabs the friend's little sister's finger and holds on to it. And the friend is like, "Oh, I don't want to be friends with you ever again. I can't believe you'd do something like that." And it's like, do you not realize you can't control individual, like, fingers and stuff on dummies? Do you think she's got her little hand all the way inside and in the little hand and, like, squeezing the little finger? Please, think about it. But nobody thinks. Everybody acts on emotion. It's honestly how people really are, though, I guess. And it's sad. But, and I do, the twist ending's kind of fun. They do the little twist ending where it's like, oh, hey, the other dummy's alive too. And I love that they give him this almost Goofy-like voice. And when I mean Goofy, I don't mean Goofy as in like just silly. I mean Goofy as in Disney's Goofy. He's like, oh, he does a little, or I can't do it anymore. I used to be able to do it all the time. Well, gosh. So yeah, they give him the Goofy voice, and he's just excited to be back in the family. He even says that. He says something like, it feels good to be back in the family again. And it's a goofy twist ending that I absolutely love. And like I said, the only complaint I have is the trope where the parents don't ever believe the kids. And let's be real, most of us aren't going to believe our kids if they come to us and say, oh, something's alive, or this demon's chasing me, or whatever, because, most adults don't believe in things like that, so you just play it off as like, yeah, you're full of it. And every time in these horror shows, stories, movies, whatever, the kids are pretty much always right. And then, yeah. But yeah, so this is probably going to end up ranking pretty high amongst all my season ones. Just being honest. I do really like it. This puts us, we are 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So this was episode 10. We've got 9 episodes left. 6 of those episodes are going to basically comprise 3 stories. So we've actually only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more stories to go over. And Goosebumps, and that's exciting. Because that means we get to pick something new. So it'll be a couple weeks away, but we're almost done. And if you remember, I'm going to start combining any of the 2-parters together. 2 or 3-parters, because I know later seasons have 3-parters. Because I just want it to be one big season. The only time we won't do that is if it's a show like American Horror Story, where the anthology, it is each episode, like each season is its own story. I'm not going to sit here and watch an entire season in one sitting with you guys. I will be covering that episode by episode when we get to those. But otherwise, man, I do really, really like this episode and this story. So now when we do get to like American Horror Story, what I will probably do is we will only do watch-alongs until the end of the season, and then we'll do a review of that season. Because I don't know if it's going to make sense to do reviews of each and every episode. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling. We still might do reviews of each and every episode. We'll see. Anyways, guys, that is going to do it for this review. So thanks for hanging out with me. And the next episode that we will cover, like I said in the last video, the next show episode that we're going to cover is whatever's next for the Twilight Zone. The next episode of Goosebumps that we're going to cover is called My Hairiest Adventure. So I'm super excited to get to that. So, with that being said, thank you guys for hanging out with me, and we'll see you next time. Peace.